Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to share with you this mod by author Checker90. It is called Optimize New Atlantis Expanded, and it pretty much kind of overhauls how New Atlantis looks by adding new buildings, new structures, just make it a little more dense than the vanilla city. And I am oversimplifying, I think, the description of the mod. So I think it's better I just show you guys and give you guys a tour. So let's start with here. This is the spaceport of New Atlantis. And the first thing that we have now here is this ramp that will take you to the outside. So now that we have vehicles, it kind of makes sense to have something that will lead to the outside. Otherwise, you are kind of confined into just that one space. And a lot of details have been added to kind of give it, I think, a bit of a dystopian city. Maybe a little bit of cyberpunk influence as well. We have some of those graffitis in walls and things like that. And there, Checker, that's the name of the author. Nice touch. We also have this new building here. This to me kind of looks like the top part of the maybe Empire State Building. I could be wrong. And one thing that you will see across is a lot of screens now in a lot of the buildings. And as we look up, we can see some of the new buildings that were added, as well as all the screens. And check this out, there are now landing pads like a floating at the top, which reminds me a lot of some of the cities in Star Wars that you see, those landing pads just floating around there. So there are two of those. One is easily accessible, not so much this one. From the author's description, this is just the start of a much larger project. So I can't wait to see, how this develops. So let's go now to the other districts and see some of the differences. You see a lot of screens here compared to the vanilla city. And a lot more colorful, I guess. And I can see a lot of decorative structures as well. The waterfall, I think this area, the vanilla, all we see here is just waterfall and nothing, but now you kind of have a additional structure, storage, warehouses and things like that. But that is not the coolest part. So I'm gonna take you now to the commercial district where you can see some of the bigger changes. If we make a left and we go to news station, I think I can just boost my way up here. In the corner back here, there is now an elevator. And we're gonna go there to the lower level. And so this is cool, but check this out. I think this is kind of the cherry on top of the cake. Look at this, a spaceport. I also noticed we have a lot more of these technicians walking around, including your character ship down at the bottom. So take a look at this view. So this is pretty cool. I actually have mixed feelings about this building here. It feels a little bit out of place, mostly because of this older design, right? This is more of a building from old Earth versus New Atlantis, where it is everything much more modernized. I also have mixed feelings about that big dish antenna on top of the UC building. I kind of like the vanilla UC building because it's very sleek, right? All that glass, all that thing. But I do like the antenna. I just would like that antenna maybe somewhere else in a different building. And as you can see, there are more buildings. I think those are all added in this mod. But the main thing this landing pad floating here is pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it's fitting, I think. If you're wondering about the ships, I mean, so far I have not seen these ships taking off, so I don't think that has been done yet. And of course, you also cannot take over these ships. If you try to, it just says inaccessible. Both the one here and the one over there. Now, the one over there is not easily accessible. If you have a hover vehicle, then you can vertically boost your way to there, or if you want, you can jump down from the UC building and just boost yourself all the way to there. So I have a feeling that might be something that gets done maybe in the future. Alright, what I want to take you now is back to the commercial district, and there are new areas here, a lot of ATMs near the transit, kind of makes sense, and a lot of screens. And we also have this path here, and this path can now actually take you between the two sides of commercial district and the residential district. So on over there to my left, I think those stores, vendors, those are still there. Those are the same. Nothing's changed. But in here, in this road, so we have the option to, I guess if you continue, you go down to the rest of the commercial district. We also have this area where during the main quest, I think you have to go to some of the embassies, the Freestar embassies, and I think the Varun embassy that is already closed or something like that. So it kind of takes you to this area. But we can also go from below from there, or there is also this kind of like a little tunnel here that was added. So instead of continuing, if we make a right here, there is kind of this small little tunnel, and you can see some graffiti, very cyberpunk, I think, a little bit. And we're actually above the entrance to the mast district, the mast building. And this going all around, I believe it takes you now to the residential area. So it makes kind of walking a little bit easier, so you can avoid the loading screen from using the transport. And now we are here in the lodge. So the outside of the lodge looks much different than before. There used to be a lot of trees, and I think just a lot of green areas, but now you have a pathway, and it looks more like more like a city, I would say, right? With buildings around. The vanilla version kind of looks like it's in the outskirts or something. Very much like how this area turned out, the outside of the lodge. Alright, so now you guys can see how this whole thing kind of wraps around, and it takes you for the commercial district that we came out from there. Right, you kind of have this whole thing, this pathway that will take you to this side of the commercial district, or the other side to the residential area. So it is pretty nice. I think this is beautiful. There's another building here at the back. It is missing a little bit of texture right here. And here's a view from the very top of the UC building. You can see the landing pads. And we can also go around to see behind. That is the commercial district, as well as the residential district on the other side. and all the new buildings that were added. And I know that the author is trying to expand this even further beyond the size of the vanilla city with maybe smaller settlements around. So honestly, I'm really excited. I can't wait to see how all it turns out. Alright, so here is the other landing pad, and it is attached to a new building that's put in here from this mod, and there is also a large door, but right now, you cannot interact with it, you cannot open, there's nothing. And I think the best view from here is this one, right? Being able to see the other landing pad from there. I think this is probably the best view here. Alright, I want to show you guys how it looks at nighttime. I think it looks probably better than during the daytime. Now all the lights in the buildings that you can see clearly, as well as all the screens around the buildings. I think it does give it a little bit of a better look.
Hey, what can I do for you?
This is pretty sick. Having this ship just on this landing pad. I wish we could actually use these as a landing pad, like for our character to land on. That would be fantastic. Yeah, it's quite a nice view at night from the top, and you can see the lights of the landing pad. It is pretty cool. Alright, so for those who are interested in this mod, it is currently only available via Nexus mods. So it means that only people on PC. I'll put the link in the description. In order to get this to work, it is a total of 5 different mods from this author that you have to download, all 5 of those. The author does state in a post that they are trying to put everything in a single file, in a single mod, and as well as work on other cities. There's also a plan to make this available for both PC and Xbox. So I'm assuming it will be eventually uploaded via Creations Kit so that more people can enjoy it. No time frame, but I'm looking forward to seeing this mod in Creations. So there you have it. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Help me support my channel. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. Enjoy the game, have fun, and I'll see you all in the next video.